Hi. As per usual, the three of us with you, our editor Mel, Stacey, and myself, Monty.
Sorry, I drank at the wrong time there.
You did. As soon as I turned on the microphone, you took a sip.
It's dry mouth.
Stacey's, and every time I'm like, can you please talk up? And you try, but you can't.
I don't have a loud voice.
No, you don't. You really don't.
I try really hard.
Being in a cafe with you is next to impossible. You can't hear a thing. I'm like, please talk a bit louder. It's like you move your mouth wider, but nothing comes out louder.
Yeah, but you know what? You're quite loud, but you don't like a lot of loud noises, do you?
Oh.
When we met up in a cafe today, and Monty and I went for a bit of a walk, and remember we went across the street because there were so many trucks. This is too loud.
It was way too loud. Walk and talk.
She's very high maintenance.
But it was a busy road though. We were going for a nice walk, and I'm not going to walk down a busy road with literally trucks going past us.
I know there were
Literally.
maybe 5 in a row. But speaking of going for walks,
Yes.
my husband recently turned 40, and he has taken this. He's got like this whole new lease on life. He's bought a gym, like a proper gym.
What do you mean
It's in
by
the
bought a
garage.
gym? Like one machine that does 10 things, or like a full gym?
No, it's like it's a gym, but it's got all these different, like it's got the weights attached to it, and it's the leg things and the whatever things, and then he's got free weights, and then he's whatever. He's in there for like 3 hours.
Huh?
He's not just
No,
Bonkers.
but you know what?
Crazy.
You know what he does as well? He does things like, if it tells him, like he's got this little sheet he goes through, and it'll say, all right, take 45 seconds to a minute break in between each exercise.
Mm-hmm.
He sets his timer.
Yeah, but you that's your theory of why he's in there for 3 hours. But most,
If he's masturbating in there,
well, he's doing something. He's doing something.
He's definitely doing something.
His body's seriously changing.
Is it?
I know, seriously. He does it every second night. But it's full on now. It doesn't matter if we've been out, we get home late, whatever. He's committed.
Wow.
And he does it.
Good on him.
Good on him, but you know what? He's
That's
how
annoying, isn't it?
because
So bad.
But Mel, because you don't exercise, you don't know how long things take. That's a half hour to an hour max out there. He's just out there going, fuck yeah.
No, but like with
I'm
a
not
minute,
parenting.
with it, no, but a lot of the time he'll do it. I can't even use the kids. He'll do it. I mean, I don't care. I just sit on the couch and then I go, hey, you feel like some ice cream? He's like, no, I'll have a protein shake. And I'm like,
Oh,
Oh, when you lose your partner, it's like when someone stops drinking or stops eating sweets or something, and as a couple, that's
Yeah.
what you do together. It's hard.
I know.
If you're not signing up for the same thing.
but I'm inspired,
Great.
right? So I'm nearly 40 soon. I've got this like countdown to 40 thing in my head. So I've started doing these old school Gillian Michaels DVDs. There are so many things I don't take into account, like sweating. My hair's naturally really curly, so I straighten it. And my hair
getting
gets
bum fluffy.
sweaty. And then I've got markers
totally
and
are.
crimples. They're like bits of whatever in my hair.
what do you mean, bits of what?
Like where my hair where I've sweated,
Yeah.
right? It's like, it's not straight anymore, but it's not even like a nice wave. It's just this,
Crinkle.
like a
right.
crinkle
Oh, it's not. You should give up exercising then.
in my hair. No, it's so many other things, even just finding the time to do it. And I know that's an excuse, but I'm always like, I should be doing this.
Just get this
Or
done,
I
yeah.
should be doing
or,
that.
or sometimes when you do have the
prioritize
time,
it.
Yeah.
Totally.
you can't be bothered. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I've got time now. I really can't be bothered.
I have found that since I've had kids, like I used to be like, oh, can't be bothered, don't want to run. Since I've had kids, I'm like, I have got this hour window that it has to happen, and I don't think about it anymore.
Yeah, you just get it done.
Like you don't get to think if
Yeah.
you've got the motivation to do it. I think as your kids get older, it probably seeps back in
Yeah.
because they're a bit more independent. You can do more stuff around the house. Like if I'm in the house, I can't do anything.
Yeah, the more time you've got, the
Yeah.
harder it is to exercise.
Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yes, because you feel it with other kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I just love that you've gone back to Jilly. You know, since Gillian Michaels did those, there has been about 600 other people who would probably do it even better than her now.
Do you know? No, but do you know, it's this.
Yeah, why her?
You know why? Because I got roped in after I had my son. This bloody home shopping network. It was this Gillian Michaels 12-week body transformation. I'm like, right, I'm going to do it.
God, you're
I've
such
never-
a sucker. For
I am
that
such
shit,
a
aren't you?
sucker. I've never gotten past week 2 on it before because you do like they're done
Is it
in
food
weeks.
too?
Clearly not doing the food bit. I'm just doing exercise.
But no, your
bit.
son's
Yeah.
like 9 or 10.
He's 8.
8. So it was 8
It's
years
8
ago.
years ago, mate.
And it's been sitting in my cupboard. If you knew...
Is it on a DVD?
DVDs, yeah.
How do you even have a DVD player in your house?
You've said that to me before. I don't know how you can't...
Using DVDs?
Who's not?
No one!
Oh,
No
really?
one is using a DVD,
No
mate.
one is
I
using a
don't-
I still
DVD
make
player.
CDs and I'm not using a DVD.
What do you use then?
Netflix.
The internet on
I've
the
got
TV.
Netflix, but I can't do Julian Michaels on Netflix.
Smart TV.
YouTube. You can watch
mate.
YouTube on your smart
you
TV.
can't.
Yes,
I don't even know how smart TV works.
So a smart TV is...
Is it
Oh,
internet?
no, we've got a smart TV.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
it's
watch
called
it through
internet
them.
on there. YouTube. It's on
No,
there.
you can't watch them on YouTube. They're licensed.
Oh, yeah, I
You
guess.
can't put
yeah.
anything on
There'd be
YouTube.
other exercise videos.
I want to do Jillian, alright?
Okay, fine.
Wow. Sorry, Mark. I'm just trying to find the DVD.
You
And then-
know what?
Opening in it, and then you read. Remember when you would get it and you'd read the full back? And
Do you know what? I'd really like to see if anybody else watches DVDs, because I reckon a lot of people
give us a
would.
call now. 13 2. Seriously. Yeah, you know who is like old people.
Oh, bullshit.
They are 60 plus, mate.
Not even my folks have DVD player. Do yours?
Yeah, mine do. Yep.
When is the last time you have driven past and gone, oh, Blockbuster, I've got to go in there?
No.
And who's buying DVDs at the supermarket? Like, who's seriously
I
buying
feel
them?
like I'm being attacked.
Ah.
Oh,
Are you
God.
joking?
No.
Not one bit. I moved house recently and I donated every DVD I had.
Stuff like,
What?
not for you, but like your wedding.
Oh, yeah, well, you
And
still
whatever
have
you
those
do,
DVDs.
I don't know how to watch it.
But you can also...
Oh,
like,
no.
Not even the, no, I mean, but the thing is that a lot of laptops still have DVDs, but you've also got to convert them
But
now.
they don't even. My new laptop doesn't have a DVD.
No, mine doesn't either.
now either, but there's people now that specialise in converting DVDs
And it
over
costs
to the new age.
$400. It's a rip-off.
It probably doesn't.
No,
now.
I know someone who can do that stuff for you.
Oh, great, thanks.
It wouldn't cost anything
anyway.
now. There'd be so
Yeah,
many people.
I am. I'm really happy having a DVD player.
Good on you. Each to their own.
Yeah, you can get fucked.
Hey, but in all seriousness, isn't it harder to exercise in your own living room than it is to go out and do it?
Well, this is the thing. This is why we had this whole idea of setting up the garage.
Yes, right.
Because I've got an elliptical and I've got a treadmill. I've got no
Do
excuse
you?
not to exercise, right?
It's harder. I can't
But
go
I
to my
said-
house.
No, but because the garage is, I guess, sort of, you're walking not out of the house, but it's another door and you're getting into a whole sort of different area. I'm like, I could say, I'm going to the gym for 45 minutes and actually just walk in there and be in there. And Mark even said to me, you know, we should mirror the wall. And I was like, no. Although that could be, I don't like it, could be motivating. I could just be
Totally.
looking at myself and like, oh God, I should be in here for 3 hours.
Or you could get a good angle and go, I'm looking good.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I do get now it's for form, like looking at yourself in the mirror to see if what you're doing is right.
Yeah. Because sometimes.
Am
you
I
can't
squatting
tell.
properly? Well,
Well, normally
Yeah.
you have an instructor who's like, that's not
Yeah.
right, but if you don't, then
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
right.
see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck with all of that. So Stace, your 4-year-old started swearing.
Oh my God.
Took
you
him a
guys.
while.
It took him a long while, and I think people think my kids would swear because I swear so much, but
Yeah.
I'm really, really diligent about not swearing in front of my kids. Somewhere along the line, the F word seeped in, but I think it might be my older one who's a real rule follower who's like, I make CDs for my car. So going back to this, I make CDs, and sometimes when I'm making a CD from iTunes, buying the song, I forget to get the non-explicit one.
Yes.
So then it like pops up and I'm like, oh my God, skip the song. And I think it's just, Jarvie connects with music quite well, and I think it's just seeped into his brain a bit.
Yes.
And Raph will say, oh, that's the F word, you know. So somewhere along the line, like 3 days ago, he said to Raph, my husband heard him say to Raph, oh, Raph, you're a fucker. And really told him off, was like, absolutely not, we don't say that word. And then yesterday, a couple of days ago when the babysitter was leaving, Jarv goes, see ya, fucker.
So good.
And I was
Oh,
I had to put my head in my jumper,
Oh,
and she had to
God.
go straight to her car.
it's the funniest thing.
And I was like, and he goes, oh, I forgot. And I was like, oh shit. Like, what do I actually do now? Like, how do you...
yeah, because if you
Like, the F word
overreact,
coming out
I
of a
know.
4-year-old in context, like, see ya, fucker,
oh, it's just
is pretty
brilliant.
hardcore.
Oh yeah, my little boy does
I feel
it
like
all
a
the
terrible
time.
parent. I feel like I
No,
failed.
that doesn't make you a terrible parent.
Oh,
Doesn't make you a terrible
Arlo.
parent at all.
Arlo, my 4-year-old, was jumping on the bed a little while ago and he said, I fucking shit my pants.
That's from you.
I fucking shit my pants. I didn't shit his pants. He clearly just heard someone say it.
And neither of you really swear in front of them.
I really don't.
I don't swear in front of mine that much at all. I mean,
no.
of course it might occasionally.
Yeah, but it's not enough for them to hear that.
That's in kinder called one of the kids a fucking idiot. And saying I like it was probably meant a fucking idiot. But it's like to call like a little kid.
Yeah, it's very, very violent coming out of a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
I reckon I actually think it's
But I'm like, you know, when you go through that,
like
I told him off. Do you now ignore it? Or every time now I say to him, we do not say that word?
I reckon you can do a mixture. Because I do it with Arlo. Not that he says it all the time, but sometimes I'm like, don't say that, mate. I don't make a big deal of it. Because it's not a very nice word and people don't like hearing that.
Maybe just every time he does it, if you do sticker charts, say I'm taking a sticker off your chart.
My kids don't do sticker charts.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Don't work.
I think it just depends on the kid. I swear like a pig in front of my kids. My husband is always telling me off, and they do not swear.
Just because they know it's wrong, they just ignore
Well,
it.
I don't know why they don't.
A lot of my friends swear a lot in front of their kids. Maybe it's when they hear it that often they don't care anymore.
One of our good friends swears a lot, but in the car, and I'm not going to say who it is, but she will drive. And her little girl was at Luna Park the other day with her dad waiting in line. There was a guy standing in front of her.
Oh, no.
And her mum was at home. And she goes, "Move it, fuckhead." How good's that?
That's good.
She's saying what we want to say.
Yeah, but because she hears her mum in the car going, "Move it, fuckhead." And so she has got said it to a guy who's in front of her in the line.
And I know when you go through that, it's just a word.
It is a
It
word.
is just a
Why is there so
But
much
it's
meaning
actually
behind
like,
it?
some people are really, really offended by that stuff, and we're clearly not.
Yeah,
But
but that's their issue.
But it's still not very nice.
It's not nice coming out of a kid, no. But I mean,
see ya, fucker.
to say fuck every now and then, if you were saying, "Mum, how are you?"
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
You totally just did that. That was great.
You know, that would be a little bit more worrying, maybe. But I reckon all kids would go through it at some point. Don't they?
I don't know. My
Of course they
oldest
do.
hasn't. He just says, "Oh, they said the F word. They said a bad word."
Oh yeah, Bax is my oldest, but I know he's like, "Oh, Mum, Arlo swore."
You know when
It's
like
not
rough,
good.
the difference with first and second is the first says, "Oh, Mum, they said a bad word," and the second one's like, "They said fuckhead."
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
say
don't
it.
repeat it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Totally. Hey, so going from that, Mel, to when do you reckon it's okay to leave your kid at home alone to go down to the shops?
Good one.
And I know we'll probably have different opinions on this, but I was at home the other day with the boys, and 7 and 4, they were watching a show, they were so into it. Sam was away, and I thought, oh man, like we were literally out of milk. It was that cliche. And I'm like, I could so dash down here, down the street and get it. And of course I didn't, but I was like, nothing would happen in that amount of time.
4 months too little, for sure.
Oh, 4's too, like Arlo is too little, but at the same time, they wouldn't have moved, and they didn't.
They wouldn't
It
even
would
have
take me.
known.
It literally would have taken me, I reckon, no, it probably would have been a real 5 minutes.
Your kids are old enough, I reckon.
This is how crazy I am. I live literally 4 houses up from a whole strip of shops.
And you don't do it, do you?
My kids are 10 and 8 and I still don't do it.
Look, I can see how you wouldn't, but I'm like, a 10-year-old?
8 and 10.
Think to myself,
What if?
it's my stuff. But what if
Are you thinking
What
about...
What if someone saw me? No. What if someone saw me leave?
So it's not about like if the house catches on
What
fire.
if they did? What if one of them fell? What if?
Yeah, but you're going to be home in 5 minutes.
Yeah, they're not going to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what also I was like, what? The worst thing that I reckon could happen is that if I got in an accident. So when I'm out at the shops, I got in an accident because the kids are like, where the hell is mum? That would be terrible.
Good point.
My kids are old enough to understand to pick up the phone and call their dad. Do you know what I mean? They know they could do that.
We don't even
I still have a
house
land. I was going to say I've still got a landline, but I don't know if that's from the 60s.
I did think of that the other day. I was like, I probably need a landline because I was going through that with them in the car. Like, oh, where do you live? And do you know mummy's phone? Just, you spot check them.
No one really uses them anymore. But just,
like,
I think
call
that-
someone.
Yeah.
If something, if I was there and something happened to me,
Yeah.
but there's no phone.
No. Well, and yeah, even your house has got no reception anyway. So it's like you guys are totally done. Yeah, it's an interesting one though, whether you can just scoot out
I
or
wonder
not.
what that...
Because there's no
relates.
legal, it's
No,
kind
there's
of, because also kids are very different. Like, if I said to Bax, I'm going around the street, I would prefer to leave Bax home alone than with Arlo.
Yes.
But if I went around the street, he wouldn't like it. He'd go, no.
Yeah, Raph would do the same.
He would have to come. So I know that he wouldn't be, even though he's more responsible than Arlo, he would not feel secure enough. Where I reckon when Arlo's Bax's age, she'd be like, yeah, whatever, go for an hour.
I reckon 10's the good 10 over.
But it's hard because each kid's different.
Totally, but like my firstborn would be fine at 10 onwards.
Yeah.
My second one, maybe not.
Yeah, because then you go all the scenarios. Well, what if the doorbell rings? What if a fire happens? Like,
but I do it now, right? My parents live out the back, like in the other block facing the street. And even now I say, like, I put Mac to bed at 7 and then they have another half an hour and I'll say, I'm just popping down there. You don't answer the door to anyone no matter what.
Yeah.
You sprint down to me something, like I do the spot check with them. But it's like, I mean, I assume they wouldn't answer the door.
I say that when I have a shower.
Yeah, same. Don't answer the door.
If I have a shower,
Really?
I'm like, don't answer the phone and don't answer the door.
I just leave the door open.
Whoever it is will come back.
wow.
If I give them their iPad, they wouldn't know if someone was robbing us.
No,
it wouldn't even matter.
Yeah, I know, but my mind does not work like that.
In
But
safety
that's
paranoia.
a good thing.
No, I don't have safety paranoia.
It's great. My husband doesn't at all, and I'm sometimes like, you didn't think of that?
Sam, my partner, has it more than I do.
Yeah, right.
But it's not, I think that it doesn't control my thoughts at all. Like, I would never get into the shower and go, I've got to let the boys know if the door rings. Like, I would have a shower with my front door open. Absolutely.
I would never do that.
Really?
Never.
What?
I wouldn't do it.
But you know what? Then I think there just needs to be, it would be great if there was a balance, because I reckon if you're...
I don't think that's irresponsible, though.
I'm not saying you're irresponsible
Do
for
you,
it.
though? Do you think getting in the shower...
No, I just like the
think it's
security of
responsible.
knowing I'm locked in, so I don't have to do anything. Like, if someone knocked and I'd be like panicked or something, I just like shut it off. You know, it's not necessarily... It's more if someone knocked and I was in there and they could tell I was in there, and then I'm like, what do I do? Do I, you know?
Yeah, I just would not... I wouldn't think... I don't think about that.
No, you don't know. You never have. I was always the one who was like, text me when you get home, drive safely to you. And you're like, yeah, relax, lady.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good, but it's also, that's quite extreme to every time you do anything to think.
I think.
I just feel like I have to say it, but that's just how we all parent differently.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But how I was
like,
parented. I was totally parented like that. Every single part of my day, like if I was doing something, going somewhere, I'd have a bit of a thing from my dad about safety every time. So it's just drummed in, and that's how you start thinking.
Yeah, and that's, look, if I'm being honest, that's also maybe how you can make your kids a little bit anxious too. I totally am aware of that.
Yeah, I think
but
you're right.
Sort of feel like, well, if I don't, and then something happened, or if I didn't have a conversation, or that time that I did just skip down to the shop and something happened, it takes a split second, and I would never forgive myself.
No, but like it does make you, like, we went to, had a meeting on Tuesday, Monty and I, and I noticed a guy, and I said it to her, I noticed a guy like kind of looking at the front of all the cars, riding on his thing, and I stood there and watched him for a while, and I'm like, everyone else on this street can't tell he's up to something. You know, like people live like that. And when I was a kid, I remember walking home from school and being like, if every day I walked home from school, if someone pulled up next to me, I'd drop my bag here, and I'd start running. Like, always conscious of my surroundings.
Yeah, right.
But some people aren't.
Yeah.
I don't know what's better. But
it would be good to just have that perfect balance.
It would,
yeah,
you know,
totally.
Yeah.
Because another thing that we need to start talking to our kids about is sex, because there are apparently older kids walking around at schools saying to the younger kids, when you go to your computer, searching PORN to the younger ones.
No.
Yeah, and also because like younger kids hang out with older kids, they are subjected to seeing things before they're really ready to for it. And a couple of my friends' kids have already seen it, and they're 7.
They've seen porn.
They have seen porn because of hanging out with older kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, Bax doesn't even know what sex is. So it's, and apparently you should absolutely talk to them about sex and porn before they see it.
Of course.
Oh,
and
God, I'm a prude with that stuff. I don't want to go there.
I know, but the thing is that I think especially with sex, and I reckon I'm going to go and get a book because I don't know. I tried to book in to see a child psych, and I just keep putting it off because I can't be bothered, but about how I talk to him about it and how I have the porn conversation and stuff. But apparently people like there's good books to talk to them about.
There are good books.
Yeah.
Do we know the titles of any?
I don't know. But they do it. They do it in school. Like, and my kids go to a Catholic school, so I was really surprised. I thought there's no way they'd tackle that.
Right.
But my daughter's in grade 5, and the teacher said, "Oh, next term we're going to start doing
sex ed."
Yeah, and I'm like, "What does that cover?"
Mm.
And she's like, "Everything."
Yeah, because it's funny you say that.
What's everything? Like their
Well,
jobs?
what? Oh no, I don't think
Masturbation?
so. I think it would be probably. Well, she said it's in line with the Catholic guidelines. So
Well,
my
you're allowed to
assumption is
masturbate?
probably. Well, I don't know.
Because my cousin's little girl just went to year 7.
Masturbates.
And no, she's has autism and goes to a school that's suited for kids like that, and they're learning about it. And the book that she came home had all the normal sex ed stuff and masturbation in it, and she was like, "What is going on here?"
Oh, really?
Yes,
I think it should be. Yeah, I
I
think it should be covered too.
Do you not think?
I just don't think I would ever think about that at that age. Like, it'd just come naturally later, wouldn't it?
No, that is
No, I reckon
absolutely
that's-
what's going to happen first.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I think so.
Makes me really
But
uncomfortable.
I sort of felt like I want to know when it is because I want to have the conversation first.
Yeah.
So we've talked about periods and all that sort of stuff, but sex, no.
No, neither.
And she's not open to it. So like when I have
Yeah.
said to her, "Oh, you're going to be doing, learning about the body at school and stuff next term, so me and you can sit down and have a chat about it." And she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" And I said, "Well, are there things you've been curious about, you've heard about, like sex or?" And she goes, "What sex?" And I said, "Yeah,
so she hasn't at all.
we'll talk about that when the time's right then." And I said, are you curious what that is? She goes, "I don't want to know anything."
So she does know something.
She
has
must.
to.
I think all kids know. It's
Yeah,
almost
they've
like they
heard
just
it,
know the
but
word
then-
sex means something.
But yeah, they probably hear people giggling on and they're uncomfortable.
It just changes everything.
11's very old to not know about sex.
She's 10. And
10.
you reckon?
I don't reckon that's very old.
Mark's like, why do they need to know now?
Yeah.
They don't need to know now.
What
I'm
grade
like,
is
they
she?
probably
She's
do,
in grade 5.
I reckon I knew what it was then.
Same.
But I don't know, something about
Yeah, I
saying
definitely knew, I
penis and vagina.
I know, because then they go, "You guys do that."
And not even that if they're naked,
Totally, it makes me
if
uncomfortable.
they're naked together, my kids, like
Yeah, but
say
you
they're
know
getting changed.
that.
I know, but she will look at it differently, same as we're sort of quite naked in the house. And I'm like, once she knows that,
She's going
Will it
she's
take
going
that
to look
away?
at those bits really differently.
maybe for a couple of weeks, but then maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hear.
it's full
But I
on.
think the difference between like Ruff's about to turn 8
Mm.
and then the difference between that and 10 is quite significant in that
Yeah.
space, probably. Don't you
Yeah.
reckon? Like Bax is
Yeah.
probably like
Yeah.
not there yet.
No, he's not. And he's quite young. He's
Yeah.
quite a young
yeah.
7-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, like I just can't, like I can tell other, like little girls get crushes a bit more than boys and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Totally.
he's had little girls crushing on him, and I think he might have had one, but not really. He's not really
Yeah.
interested in that stuff yet.
Mm.
Where I was, grade prep, I remember starting getting crushes. Oh God, yeah.
I had my first kiss in grade 5.
Yeah, that's
Same age as my
young.
daughter. It's bad.
That's really tongue kiss.
Tongue, open mouth kiss.
That wasn't unusual. I remember girls doing that.
I was so scared of that. That was
it was
like,
awful.
too.
But I
I
did
was
it
like
for
the best
years
daughter ever.
after.
I had nothing to worry about with me. Didn't even have to try
with what?
anything. Like they just didn't have to try to like educate me or worry about me. I was such a prude.
Yeah, until we were really old.
Yeah.
I told Stacey she has 2 holes in her vagina. Keep in mind, we became friends when we were 15.
I live with boys. Mum didn't talk to me about that stuff. And I really, really, really don't want to know stuff like that.
You know what? And my
I'm
daughter's
the
exactly like
uncomfortable
you.
one.
She's
I don't
exactly
wanna know.
like you.
Just let me
Yeah.
live in a space
Yeah,
of
I know.
no expectation. in
It's
that
very
area.
funny because you're extremely uncomfortable about sexual stuff.
Totally. Always
But
have
you
been.
are so much the other way.
You are.
You're our extreme.
It's actually
Yeah.
fascinating that we're friends like that.
We're very extreme in most ways.
Yes, we are very.
Like very opposite.
Yes.
in most
Yes, we
ways.
Yeah,
are.
but that's a good thing.
But there's a couple
It's
of
not a bad
things that
thing.
we're exactly the same with. Like we've never touched drugs, either of us.
No, not once, never will.
You haven't even had a cigarette, have you?
No, I tried, yeah.
Did
no,
you?
Yeah.
I cannot imagine you doing
But
that.
I didn't, I mean, it was revolting. The first time was revolting.
Remember your pa used to
And
pay you $20 a year.
$20 a
if you
year not
had
to try
cigarette?
it. Mm-hmm.
That's so good.
Nah.
No, yeah, I tried it. I felt so guilty. But I'm
And
like,
did you
I
take the
can't tell
$20?
him.
Of course you did.
Tell him?
Because you lied to him.
Of course I lied to him. He would have been devastated. I only tried it.
Do you know what? I remember my pa had...
I remember just thinking, no, I'm poisoning my, like, because I'd been drummed into me from sports too, that I was like, I'm going to die, I'm putting tar in my lungs, I'm petrified.
Yeah.
And everyone else was just
Whatever.
chain smoking.
I remember my pa used to have a jar of coins in his cupboard. Have I told you this?
Mm-mm.
And he and Nan would go to Queensland over winter.
Yeah.
Right? And I think we were living, this is when my folks first broke up, so we moved in with them. And they would be away for quite a few months. And I remember going into Pa's cupboard and stealing his money and putting it in a little purse. So I would always have my and I remember I used to like my purse feeling bulgy, like the coins make it heavy. And I remember I had a friend over and I said, we can go to the milk bar. And then when we were there, I'm like, you can get whatever you want. And she didn't want anything because she knew it was not quite right. And then going home and I had my pockets full of stuff and mum finding it and going, where'd you get that money? And I'm like,
Did you feel guilty when you were doing it?
so, not so much.
She was like,
She was a bit of a stealer.
To be honest, I don't know if I felt that guilty while I was doing it. I knew it wasn't quite right. And then when I was caught, very guilty. Because my mum is like, you've got to call Pa and tell him. And I was like, I just can't. I can't.
Do you know what? That's a good mum though.
Yeah, I
That's a good
didn't
mum,
have to
'cause it
call
would've-
him though, but she saw me freak out. Oh my God, Pa, I've been still. He would have just been
He
like,
would've
that's
been-
fine, have
Yeah,
them.
no.
I totally would have.
But I was sneakily going
would've
in,
known.
making sure no one was around, putting my little stinky fanny hand into the jar.
Stinky fanny.
Oh, as if they
Imagine
did
next time you
fanny.
open that jar. Someone's been eating sardines.
Oh my God.
Hey, we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for listening. If you're still there, anyone. Oh my God, you've got to let us know if you got to the end of this podcast. Please write it in the comments and just write end and then we'll know. Okay, at least one person. You can comment on iTunes. We would love to hear from you. It also helps bump us up a bit in that bloody however it
Get
works.
us up there.
To get more people to listen. Because, I mean, why wouldn't you want to listen to this? And you can always email us if you have
Stinky
any
fanny hands.
questions or anything like that. You can email Stacey, Stacey, at showandtellonline.com.au. Bye for
Bye.
now.